This time, it's a life of a motorbike and sidecar. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, there's just something about a motorbike and sidecar. I have no idea what it is, but they certainly make people smile. Maybe it's those thoughts of Wallace and Gromit, or maybe it's sort of the way it harks back to a bygone age, to a world where the road wasn't covered with cars, when there were other forms of transport out there. Families would often use a sidecar to get around, or even run their business in. People would make deliveries in sidecars. But that was all a very long time ago. These days everybody wants a car, don't they? Well, not me really. When Tom was small, I wanted a way that he could join in with motorcycling, but a safe way, or safer way. Because in a sidecar, he would still get the experience. His head would be right next to the thumping single engine. But if he wanted to, he could have a sleep and not worry about falling off the back of the bike. And indeed, that's exactly what we did. For 3 years, we used the bike on holidays to Wales, and other trips too. It proved ideal. Tom loved it. Yep, that humble machine served us very well for the time we had it. But using a bike and sidecar, you need to develop completely new skills. It's nothing like riding a motorcycle at all, or driving a car for that matter. It's a distinct vehicle with a character of its very own. And cornering really proves this very well. For example, when you take a corner, like now, with a sidecar on the outside, you can clatter into the corner because you've got tons of grip. And the sidecar really stabilises the bike. You can slide the bike. It's great fun. However, when you take a corner and the sidecar is on the inside, then it's time to be careful, because that sidecar can lift if you're going too quickly. And it's something you have to be very mindful of. It makes taking roundabouts very confusing indeed. And then of course there's acceleration and braking. Acceleration is definitely blunted by taking a sidecar. You cripple a perfectly good bike in many ways. For example, when you open the throttle, for a start the acceleration is very slow, but also the machine turns towards the sidecar, so you have to compensate with the steering. And when you brake, well, for a start the bike is now much heavier, so it takes a lot longer to stop. But also, the thing tends to veer away from the sidecar. You really have to concentrate. The bike veers all over the road, and it really doesn't like cambers, particularly adverse ones. The first time I rode one, the guy described it as basically as mad as a box of frogs. I'd say that was a pretty fair description of the way a sidecar handles. So why, you may ask, in God's name does anybody ever ride one of the things? Quite simply put, because it's a hell of a lot of fun. And that's all you have to say about sidecars really. They're a hell of a lot of fun.